Hello dear friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chemistry Aspirant. Now in today's lecture, we are going to learn about the anti-Markovnikov's rule, or it is also known as an Kharas-Mayo effect, or it is also known as an peroxide effect. Now in this topic, we are going to cover what is anti-Markovnikov's rule, which type of the reactions involved in the anti-Markovnikov's rule, then example of this reaction, mechanism of this reaction, and lastly we will study about one important key point regarding this anti-Markovnikov's rule. So watch this video till the end. Study about the anti-Markovnikov's rule. Remember, in 1933 M.H. Kharas and the Mayo discovered this rule by using peroxide molecule, which is exactly opposite to your Markovnikov's rule. Now which type of the reactions involved in the anti-Markovnikov's addition? Now remember, here it is an addition reactions in your unsaturated hydrocarbons such as your alkene and alkynes. Now what are the requirements for this anti-Markovnikov's rule? Remember, anti-Markovnikov addition takes place in presence of unsymmetrical alkene and a protic acid or a polar reagent. In the previous video, we have discussed about the unsymmetrical alkene and the protic acid and the polar reagent in detail. So watch that video also. The link is given in the card. The third requirement is your peroxide molecule. So these are the three requirements for your anti-Markovnikov addition reaction. Now let us consider the example for your anti-Markovnikov addition. Propene, when treated with your HBr, it is a polar reagent in presence of sodium peroxide. It gives N-propyl bromide. So I have written this reaction here. Now remember, here the addition of your polar reagent, that is HBr, takes place across this carbon-carbon double bond. Now how this addition takes place? This hydrogen atom is added to the CH group, and this bromine is added to the CH2 group of your propene, and we will obtain the N-propyl bromide as a product in the first reaction. Now let us consider the second reaction, in which the isobutylene converted into the isobutyl bromide by the action of your HBr in presence of the hydrogen peroxide. Now in this reaction, remember, the HBr is added across this carbon-carbon double bond. Now here the bromine is added to your CH2 group and the hydrogen is added to this carbon atom. So we get isobutyl bromide as a product. What is anti-Markovnikov's rule? So after studying these addition reactions, we have the statement of the anti-Markovnikov's rule. So what is the statement of the anti-Markovnikov's rule? Remember, when an unsymmetrical reagent is added to an unsymmetrical alkene, then the negative part of the reagent, in presence of peroxide, remember this is very important word, in presence of peroxide, get attached to that carbon atom which have the more number of hydrogen atom. So here this statement is exactly opposite to your Markovnikov's rule. Let us consider the explanation of this statement. Now here I have taken the isobutylene. Now you know that here the bromine is added to your CH2 group and the hydrogen is added to this unsaturated carbon atom. This addition takes place according to the Markovnikov's rule. Now we know that the hydrogen atom is added to the carbon atom which have the more number of hydrogen atom. Now in case of the isobutylene, the number of hydrogen atom on this particular unsaturated carbon atom is a 0, while on this CH2 group there is a 2 hydrogen atom. So negative part of your reagent, that is your Br minus, will attach to your CH2 group and we will get the isobutyl bromide as a product. And now the last point, that is our key point. Remember, anti-Markovnikov addition reaction takes place only with HBr. So that is your hydrobromic acid shows the anti-Markovnikov additions. Now lastly, we will discuss about the reaction mechanism of your anti-Markovnikov's rule. So remember, this reaction mechanism proceed via free radical formation. Now here in this step first, there is a formation of your alkoxy free radical takes place from your peroxide molecule 1. This bond between these two oxygen atom undergoes homolytic fission and we will obtain this alkoxy free radical in this step first. Now in this step second, there is a formation of your halide free radical takes place. Remember, the alkoxy free radical which is formed here attack on your HX molecule Now here the bond between this hydrogen and halide undergoes the hemolytic fission and we obtain the halide free radicals, and this hydrogen radical combine with your alkoxy free radical and we obtain the alcohol as a product here. Step third, there is a formation of your alkyl free radical takes place. Now radical attacks on your unsymmetrical alkene and the bond undergoes the homolytic fission. Here also halide radical attached to this carbon atom and there is a formation of this alkyl free radical takes place in this step. This halide ion attached to this carbon atom by this homolytic fission and there is a generation of your alkyl free radical takes place. Now the last step is the formation of your final product. So your alkyl free radical attack on the another molecule of your HX, that is your hydrogen halide, and we obtain the final product. Now here this alkyl free radical attack on the HX molecule. Now this bond between this hydrogen and the halide undergoes homolytic fission. This hydrogen is attached to this carbon atom. Okay, so we are getting the final product here and there is again the generation of your halide free radical takes place. So again in this reaction this step third and the fourth is repeated and we obtain the product as a major product. Now lastly the keynote about this anti-Markovnikov rule. It is very important one, remember, anti-Markovnikov addition is shown by your HBr only. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next video.